The views and opinions expressed on this program is just that. Views and opinions. Don't take any of it serious. But I will warn you, viewer discretion is advised.
You met me as me. Yes.
Bro, this hair looks delicious on you.
Yes. It's 99J. Oh, like Essence clawed us in our backs.
Listen, Essence ain't never really been about the gays.
How do you know this?
They want to talk about everything except the queer experience, the black queer experience. Well, because I have friends, at least 5, that occupy. No, you ain't gotta put that up. I have 5 friends who occupied very important positions over there at the Essence magazine.
Is this the one?
No, I say it, not the streets.
So is this the one?
Let me see. No.
So I don't have a sign.
Yeah, you don't need one. so anyway, like none of them work there now, so I'm okay saying all of this. But they have really important positions over there. So I've been to Essence at least maybe 4 or 5 times. I've never paid for a concert ticket because they occupied really good positions, right? And even in terms of like Uber, like we didn't even pay for Uber because Essence paid for the Uber. You know what I'm saying? Like I was with friends who worked there. And I wrote a play called A Day in the Life. You mentioned Jasmine Bonet the other day. When I was trying to promote that play, I was trying to get a blurb in Essence magazine. And they were like, oh, no, we're not talking about the gay stuff. They weren't interested in that. Well, and then fast forward, when I put out my first book, which is about me being a fag, they didn't want to talk about that. And the fag over top of the over that department, because they had a section, if you all read Essence magazine, they used to have a section in their magazine where it was called the Writer's Corner or something like that, where they highlighted like black authors, black writers, and they would talk about the book. That fag would not put my shit over there. And then you said when they wouldn't talk about you when we did the reality show.
They didn't talk. They told my PR, Pamela Broussard.
So you know we ain't lying.
They told Pamela Broussard, no, they're not having any conversations about the T.S. Massett experience. And I'm like, well, I am the first black transgender. This is black history.
But you're a fag and you're a trainee.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, why would we not talk about uplifting the things in black history?
Because they didn't think their audience wanted to hear it. And I really think that's why these TikTokers, these black influencers are having issues getting them to back them and to use them to promote Essence Festival or whatever else they have. Raymonte. So y'all didn't want to use that young man? What is he, 34? Excuse me. He has a huge following on TikTok. I don't know about on Instagram, but it seems his power is on TikTok. And I follow him on TikTok, and all of his videos go viral. And like he just did like a birthday trip, and instead of them using him to like cover the story, and it was just a mess. It's just a mess. And like they'll get all of these other influencers to do stuff who may not have the impact, but they try to say that he wasn't really a representative for their audience, which is mostly black women, because it's a magazine where most of their readership is black women. And they try to say that he was...
just to let you know...
before they say he's 24?
They said he's 24.
He's 24.
Yeah, so
okay.
I wanted you to know that. And
so it's like their readership is mostly black women. And so they're like, oh, well, he thinks that it's because he's ghetto and da-da-da. I tend to think it's because you are a fag. And I say that in the best way.
Okay. Well, I know mine was definitely because I was the fag, a trainee. Because it's just like, why wouldn't you talk about this? Like, why wouldn't you, like, this is when my show needed all the grabs that it could from all the black audience, you know what I'm saying? And like, this is on a major network. We were talking about issue, like my mom, it's not just a fag show. My mother's there on the show, like Legra's there on the show. Like, you know, we were tackling so many issues.
But it was a conversation that the black community and the black family needed to see.
Yes.
Needed to hear.
And so and I was hurt. That I don't know if you guys think back for those mob people, my Maddie mob people, that have been following me for the years. Remember when me saying like there were big entities that decided that they weren't going to say anything about it. Like they had nothing, weren't going to say anything about it. And here's how God fixes them.
What they do?
he put me on Beyonce album. And so when God fixed it for that to happen, they had to talk about all the queer people that were on Beyonce's album because
that's what the album was, really.
it was a huge album. And so that put me in that space right there. Like God always made them make all those people that didn't want to talk to them spit it right in their face. Like I'm a part of popular culture. Whether people here we go back on me again.
Go ahead.
I'm a part of popular culture, whether people want to acknowledge that or not, or whether people want to big up me for that or not, or however y'all want to see me, or or whatever bubble you want to put me in. I don't give a fuck where you put me. I'm a part of popular culture that moves things around in the culture. So you gonna motherfucking see me.
Right.
You ain't gonna have no choice but to see me. I'm in everything and everywhere.
Right.
I'm your fave's fave. And so it's gonna happen. And when it rolled back around, I just was like, I wanted to bring it up in the face. Like, well, damn, y'all ain't.
Miss Mary in the comments. You know I love you, Miss Mary. Go ahead.
He said, "Don't start, Fred."
Right.
You know I love you. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
It's all right, because I know it's it. So, the crazy part about that type of shit, it's just like, I wanted to bring that to their attention when I had the opportunity to.
Yeah.
I wanted to be like, well, y'all ain't kind of the same thing I did that I wanted to do when I was at the GLAAD Awards. We talking?
I'm ready.
Craig, we talking?
Because they ain't diverse over there, no way.
Craig, is we talking? Craig, we talking?
I tears them up every chance I get. Are you talking today?
Some.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and share what you're going to share, and then I'll fill in the blanks.
Some.
Okay, because we want them to acknowledge P.H.A.G talk.
Yeah,
at
one
some
day.
point.
But they may not, because it might be too powerful for
It may.
And it might be too, it might be too crass.
Right. Now remind me to come back to Essence, because I'm not done with y'all.
Oh, I'm not either.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Same thing with GLAAD.
Uh-huh.
When I got in the movie Bros.
Uh-huh.
Now, I've been a trailblazer in our community.
You've been a what, girl?
A trailblazer.
Because you are LGBTQ what?
A royalty.
Oh, okay.
You see how I live.
And how do you live?
In a castle. You didn't ask me where it was at.
Where is it, girl?
On a hill.
Where's your castle, girl?
With a swimming pool. And an iron gate.
And an iron front door.
And a motherfucking gift shop.
Yes, indeed.
For the maid. Bitch.
For the domestics.
Correct. Ask me again.
Where you live, girl?
In a castle.
Where is it, girl?
On a hill.
And what kind of door?
An iron gate.
And where do the domestics live?
In the back.
Where they live?
In the back.
In the Rosa Parks section.
In the back.
Oh, okay.
Big girl.
Oh my God.
Just so that we are aware.
Uh-huh.
And here's the thing. I did and doing all of I think they don't like people that don't do the things the orthodox way.
Uh-huh.
Because the orthodox way consists of needing them.
Come on now.
This is why we have the blog problem. This is why the blogs.
The black blog problem.
Yeah. Because the orthodox way is needing them to assist you in your rise to stardom. I've never needed them to assist me in any motherfucking thing. You found me because I made you see me.
Oh. I heard that.
You found me because I demanded, bitch, that you listen to me. Because if it was up to them, my voice would be smothered. And I wouldn't, and my voice would be smothered, my presence would be minimum, and I wouldn't mean anything. And so because they've never been able to control the narrative, they spin it and try to make me public enemy number one. Don't like black women. And watch how we'll take this quote from her and this quote from another person and make it like it's against black women. I see them for the works that they do. I have never or never will need them to live in a castle.
On a hill.
On a hill with a swimming pool and an iron gate and servants' quarters in the back.
Right.
Right. And so GLAAD I finally got an invite to GLAAD and the places and the things like that or whatever. And I got it because I was a part of Bros. I might have had maybe 10 lines, 6 to 10. Bros, Universal Pictures. We thank and love Universal Pictures. Thank, love, and all. I love still going to that mailbox and gathering up my check. Whenever it's spin around somewhere.
For a movie that flopped.
Correct. There was no reason that out of all these years in my existence and the things that I spoke out against and the things that went viral and how that was the only time. They didn't even say a word to me during the T.S. Madison experience. That was now when the T.S. Madison experience came. Oh, I'm telling so much tea. Oh well. This is my show. When the T.S. Madison experience came out, now they were the first people over there to make sure that the things were running in accordance to the bylaws and bylaws of the LBGTQ. And I did make a statement then like, well, I haven't heard from y'all in all the years of my existence. And now, y'all want to slide over here that it's a TV show? And now?
Right.
Oh, okay. And then Essence, when Beyonce come along, and now y'all want to hear
Bandwagoning. Now it's popular.
So I wasn't good enough to come in the house before. But when you had no other choice, bitch, when I let y'all know that I don't need to come in the house, I'm gonna pitch a tent outside and send smoke up to the air so high, bitch, that you ain't gonna have no other choice but to motherfucking see.
And that's pretty much what Amanda Seales has been saying. But before we dive into that, what Raymonte, so this whole fallout with Raymonte and this Essence thing, it kind of brought Cardi B into it. They got to fighting and carrying on all over on Twitter about it because he basically was referencing or comparing how she entered the music industry, even though he doesn't rap or anything like that, but he referenced how she was and still is regarded as ghetto and, you know, this, that, and the third. But people are allowing her now to grow and build and do. But again, maybe it's because she's popping now. You know what I mean? And they just want a bandwagon. And so she kind of took offense to it because he called her ghetto and just this, that, and the third. And,
Raymonte?
yeah.
Called Cardi B?
Well, he was saying how she was regarded as ghetto when she came into the industry. And he's saying maybe that's why they're not accepting me because they see me as ghetto, da-da-da-da. And so she jumped in and said, well, why am I even being referenced? And a lot of the fags got on his back too. And we're like, well, why are you even trying to compare yourself to her? And, you know, like.
No, it's not about comparing yourself. Hold on. Let's talk about it, bitch, since we there. Cardi B was ghetto when she motherfucking goddamn jumped into the game. And here's the thing. That's the reason why they accepted her, because she was a light-skinned, she was a Spanish woman doing what black bitches do. And instead of letting the black bitches through, they'll let a Spanish girl through.
Well, that was kind of what he said too, because of his complexion, her complexion. Maybe that's why they were allowing her.
That's the way they do. That's how they do. That's how it works. Mm-hmm. That's why they still sitting over there trying to find a space for me. We're trying to figure out, Madison, we're trying to figure out where you would fit. But you can find everybody that's mimicking me, talking like me, looking motherfucking hair weave to the floor. You can find everybody else a space except the originator. You can find everybody else a space except the originator of the situation where they borrow these things from. Same way they do with the cunts that act like the fags. You can't find the fags no job, but you can find a job for every cunt that's over there saying, yes, what's tea, honey? Yes, doc.
Yeah. 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 You better shake it. You better shake it.
I don't have anything personal against Cardi B because me and Nicki are friends. I don't have no. It's just these are the facts. When I watched her rise, I was like, there were so many ghetto bitches just like her. So many ghetto big nail girls, big body girls. So many that ain't get the opportunity.
So just to play devil's advocate, do you always think? Because I think sometimes it's easy for us as black people to say, "Oh, well, it's because it's a colorism thing." Yes, for sure, it is sometimes that. But is it always that? I'm wondering if perhaps maybe she was a little more marketable than.
What is more marketable?
Or maybe she was more talented. Like somebody saying Jocelyn.
What is more marketable?
Or just more talented.
Is light more marketable than dark?
No, I'm not saying that.
No, you're not. But
Right.
we're talking about it.
Yeah.
We're here now.
Right.
We're just asking questions.
Sometimes it is the light skin.
If you're going by what you see out in the like some media or entertainment, light skinned is more marketable than dark.
Dina Jones, Effie White. This story.
Yeah.
It transcends.
Right.
It goes back.
And again, I'm not saying whether Cardi is talented or not. I'm just saying.
This really ain't got nothing to do with Cardi.
Right. Like somebody in the comments said, but Cardi also came with this television popularity.
Which she did,
You know what I'm saying?
which also the popularity became from all the ghetto stereotype ways that she was portraying on the show. Mm-hmm. It came from it came from that. There were 6 bitches on the show that's ghetto just like her.
Right. But see, the thing too is like, I guess what I'm saying is I kind of struggle with when we single out like a J-Lo or we single out like a Cardi. You know, we say, well, you know, when the black girl tried to do it, well, technically they black too.
Who?
They Afro-Latina.
Okay.
If we're gonna get into the diaspora,
That's where we at? We in the diaspora right now?
the African diaspora,
That's where we at?
they still black. Now I don't give a damn what they call themselves.
What ask them if they black though.
Well, yeah, no, that's a
Now
different.
that's how you really ring it up, niece.
They just dropped. They just picked up.
That's how we really ring it up. Ask them if they're black. Ask them if they're black. And they'll say, no, I'm a Latina.
Somebody say J-Lo was Afro-Latino?
Ask them if they black.
And that was the thing too. Somebody said Cardi has never denied being black. So I mean, it could be a complexion thing, but you know, the bottom line is, Essence, as a black publication, should not be discriminating just because somebody is quote unquote ghetto or because somebody is gay or because somebody is trans. But see, that is just kind of indicative of the problem in the black community in general and just how we handle each other. There's black straight people on one side, then you got black queer people on the other side. And then when you get to the queer side, you got the trans people over here, you got the butch queens over here, you got the you know what I'm saying? Then that's even more segmented and segregated and you know what I mean?
That's true.
And with this fucking election coming up, we need to figure this shit the fuck out and figure out how to be on the same side.
Quick, let me hold your knee and tell you this right in your face. It's already figured out.
Right.
It is already done. It's already done.
Yeah.
There's so much shit going on with the handwriting that's all over the wall. Mm-hmm. How is Trump being pardoned and girl, it's just it couldn't put Obama in his shoes and let Obama be accused or brought up on all the charges that he's been brought up on. There is not one way possible that man, Barack Obama, would have had the ability to run for president again. It wouldn't work.
And here's the thing that I'm white people are always so. White folks have a tendency to be very they aspire to be so moral and have these moral compass and all of this stuff until it comes to black people. Like they're so considerate and concerned about animals and the environment and this, that, and the third until it comes to handling black and brown people with dignity.
Okay, well then let me get on the other side of that. And black people have those same
propensities.
Whatever that fuck it is, propensities. They have the same propensities until it comes down to the fags.
Well,
so these are things that have been passed down.
You're right.
It's been learned.
Yeah.
Because blacks share that same
desire to want to oppress.
Yes.
The oppressed oftentimes want to oppress.
Baby, y'all in these comments, the comments is flying.
Yes, they are.
The comments is flying.
But Amanda Seales,
come on,
has been in the social media stratosphere for the past week because she made a video saying that she hasn't been invited to black spaces, and one of them being Essence. She said the NAACP Awards, I believe, and like different black spaces and acknowledged, having her work acknowledged in that way.
Craig, you know how many times you've asked me? Now I get it sometimes. I make ease to the crack here and there. And how Whitney said it? Sometimes. Sometimes I ease through the crack.
Yeah.
But remember how before all the years, and you were like, girl, you ain't never down at the BET? You ain't never over there at the Essence? You ain't never, I'm like, girl, they never invite me. And I remember one year, with the GLAAD, they had told me that the tickets was $1,000 if I wanted to attend.
Oh, you had to get your own ticket.
I didn't know.
But they were going to send you an invite.
No, but the tickets were $1,000 if I wanted to attend. I was like, oh, the T.S. Madison? Okay.
Really?
So they wanted you to.
I was also told that the tickets at Essence were $1,000 too. The T.S. But then some people say, well, maybe this is a PR thing that you got. I'm like, but they know how to reach me to write articles about me.
Right.
They know how to reach me to write articles and things about me. They know how to gather me to write articles.
Right. Oh, I'm coming to him in a moment.
Okay. They know how to gather me for that. Just like with the BET, like I didn't get invited to the BET Awards. But they had written 3 articles about me earlier before the award. 3 articles they written. And so my PR was like, but y'all writing these articles about her. And y'all can't find her no ticket?
But yeah, but Amanda was visibly upset. Like in one of the videos, she was actually crying.
Yeah, let's play it. Do we got it?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Okay, honestly, I've had enough. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Really? 3 pieces. 3 from 3 people I have never met in my life. From 3 publications that are supposed to be about uplifting black people, which is all I have dedicated my life to doing. Shit! What hubris do I have? You people literally cannot stand that someone has studied and is speaking on what they studied, that someone has read and is speaking on what they read. You can't stand that someone loves us, so much that their passion is so exemplary and is exuding through the phone that it touches people who literally have never felt love that much and they don't know how to process it. That's what you're feeling. I want to send all the love to everyone who has shown me love. But you people who are continuing to attempt to break me down, you will not break me. You cannot break me. I am loved. I am anointed. I am touched. I am working through the blood of our ancestors. You will not break me. And it is so sad that you are so broken that this is the effort that you would take to try and get some clout. And you know what? Let's say I did get broken. Y'all will be the first ones to be like, see, y'all be doing too much. No, big up to all my strong black women who are supporting other strong black women and every other person supporting us. We love you. The rest of y'all can suck up.
Before we get into that, Vesper, I didn't forget you. I didn't say that all white people. When I'm speaking about specific topics, we know what white people we're talking about. Now, if I have to say that to you every single time, then I don't know what to tell you because I'm not going to do that. Let's start thinking critically. We got to start thinking critically. We're speaking generally. When I say white folks, it was white folks that had those Hispanic children down there at the border in cages. If it wasn't the kind of white people that I don't know if you're white or not. I don't know what you are, but I'm speaking to a specific demographic. And the people that watch this program, they know that. I'm not going to keep trying to tiptoe around white feelings. But go ahead. Amanda.
Girl, you had to get that out.
I did.
Girl, because I felt it.
Right, because he's talking about all white people. Ain't anybody say all white people.
I felt it pulsating in your back.
Yeah.
You had to get that out, Craig.
I did.
I see it all over you, bro. Is it out?
It's out.
Continue.
Okay. But no, so Amanda is just like, so what happened was there have been a few think pieces that have been written about her. I think one was in the Griot. And what was the other one? It was another article.
In Essence?
It was Essence, yes. And so she tagged the writer of the one in the Griot. And I went on her page and I looked on her page, and that writer was like, you all probably didn't even read the article. You're probably just looking at the byline or the log line of the article. But I don't know. I see both sides because see, Hope Giselle.
Do we have that?
I didn't pull it up, but I mean I can get to it if you want to play it right here.
Get to it.
Hope Giselle said that she's had encounters with Amanda that weren't so pleasant, but she also had some that were. And just to summarize it while I'm looking for it, she said that she met her one time at, I don't remember what the event was, but she met her someplace. And Amanda didn't know who she was. And she said it was almost like she was dismissed. Hope felt like she was dismissed. Her comments, the things that she was saying were dismissed by Amanda. And there was another A-lister. Well, she said there was an A-lister who actually kind of quieted Amanda so that Hope could finish her point. Now, of course, when I met Amanda with you, when you did Smart, Funny, and Black, when it was here in Atlanta, she was very pleasant to me. I actually talked to her for a minute backstage, and I said to her, I appreciate the work that you do. And the work that you do is some really heavy work, so I hope that you have some sort of a practice to really kind of replenish, because that's a lot of energy that you put out.
Yeah, she does put out a lot.
I mean?
And here's my thing. I love Amanda, and I support Amanda down to the floor. I met Amanda years and years back when they were when I worked with her with World of Wonder, and I've been in business with World of Wonder for a very long time, and they were trying to do a show on E with some girls, me, Tanisha. This is how I know so many.
Yeah.
People be like, how the fuck did this bitch know so many celebrities? World of Wonder.
Right.
They had me in there working with all the girls or whatever. And I met her years and years back, and when you first meet Amanda is very in her thoughts. Mm-hmm. Like she's thinking, or, when I got to know Amanda, I understood that Amanda is very passionate about her people. Mm-hmm. Amanda is very passionate about the things that she believes in.
Right.
And also, she has a personal life. Mm-hmm. Not to tell Amanda's business, because I'm not going to tell Amanda's business. But I remember a time with me, Hope, Amanda. We were in D.C. together. Now I don't know if this is the time
that she's referring. That Hope is referring to.
But I know that Hope has probably met her on other occasions too. I don't know, but I know that this time that it was a pleasant because you know we were talking about coming on her podcast. We were trying to get dates together. We can talk about come on her podcast so that we can dissect cis.
Okay. SIS. I mean,
No,
CIS.
CIS. Yeah,
not
and
CIS.
Yeah, and I said, well, I want Hope on there. I want Dominique on there. I want me and you and maybe a couple of other trans girls. And because Amanda said to me that she's going to still use cis. And she told me, because we're friends. She said, bitch, why are you over here trying to appease people by not using cis no more? I said, sister, I'm not getting into that shit. Like, I'm not getting into that. And then her and Hope had a conversation, and she agreed with Hope, because Hope was like, I'm going to use motherfucking cis. So I know that maybe that time that they had an interaction, it was not a bad time. We were all getting together to talk about, you know, the show that we were going to do, dissecting the word cis.
Yeah.
And so what I love about her was that she said that she's telling me, Madison, the way how are you trying to appease these people? Don't really got nothing. These people want to use. I'm like, sister, I'm not doing it. And she says, well, me as a woman, I'm doing it. And I say, well, I'm not doing it no more. I ain't got time for it. I don't have time to try to go through these people's brain and teach them. That's why every time we talk about it, I'll be like, biological women, bio women. You hear me say this all the time. I don't even get into that. But I'm talking in circles to make it say that was the time that I know that Hope.
They were in the same room.
We were in the same room. Me, Hope, Dominique. It was because we did that conference in DC with Vive about HIV, you know, and black women and bringing black women and trying to kill the stigma with HIV and black women. So I know that we were all there in that space. And it was all pleasant. But I also know during that time too, she was going through some personal things. That I know. That she was going through some personal.
And she mentioned in her live, another one of the lives that Amanda did, that she and the guy aren't together. She said something.
Okay, so she did talk about that.
She said something about her ex because his mom was in the live.
Okay.
So yeah, she's mentioned that she's no longer with him.
Okay, well that was that during the time.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was going on.
That was going on, yeah.
Because we were having private conversations about, you know, that. And that what was going on in her life.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I understand people having things going on in their life and they don't mean to.
And even if you don't have something going on in your life, sometimes you just have a bad day. And unfortunately, sometimes people who have never met you may cross paths with you at the airport, at the restaurant, wherever, and you just aren't your best self. But because that's their first time meeting you, that's what they remember. And unfortunately, everybody has a cell phone, everybody has a social media, and they put that thing out there and that thing can just run rampant, you know? That's one of the reasons why I never wanted to be in front of the camera. I was quite fine behind the camera.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I see somebody in the comment section now saying bio is more offensive than saying cis. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this either. Hey y'all, I just want to tell y'all I'm not doing that either. I'm not doing the cis shit. I'm just not doing it.
Yeah. But Essence and other black media need to do a better job of supporting black creators. Not just black creators, but black-owned businesses, just in general. And here's the thing, and I felt like this for a very long time. We spend a lot of time talking about the things that white folks do to us. We spend a lot of time talking about how white folks cut us out of things, exclude us from things. But we don't spend enough time really dissecting how we do each other. Because I personally believe that we are in the position to create other black millionaires, right? Simply by using your social media. And this is why, and I know that there are people who use their social media to make a living. But what I'm saying is, I think that we sometimes gatekeep other black people. You know what I mean? Like for me, like when I go to a restaurant that I love that's black owned, or dry cleaners that's black owned, or a grocery store, because there aren't very many black owned black grocery stores across the country.
Winn-Dixie ain't black owned? I went to Florida, honey. That shit said supermercado y más. I was like, where the fuck Emas come from?
You know, and like for me,
Emas.
I use my social media to highlight businesses that I like and that I enjoy.
Really?
Right? Like you don't have to pay me. You know what I mean? If it's a product that I like, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on my social media and I'll tag you, you know, whatever. But again, I know that there are people who make their living that way. I don't make my living that way.
Which way is that?
Well, you know, where you making money off of tagging a business or promoting a business and on your social media and stuff like that. Like my thing is, I just think that, again, I go back to this all the time. I just feel like as black and brown people, we have a responsibility to be sweeter and kinder to each other and to uplift each other. Like we're really in a position to help create other black millionaires. If you go to a restaurant or you go to if you purchase something from a black-owned clothing place or store or whatever, and you really love this stuff, what harm is it to post it on your social media, your Facebook, your Instagram, or whatever, if they do a great job? And I'm not saying just promote people just because they're black and brown, because some of these businesses are horrible.
Well, this when we do the motherfucking now no shade, we done already put this out there, Chris.
Yeah, what?
When we do the P.H.A.G review,
Oh, yeah.
you're gonna have to spend your coin
Yeah,
over
now
here.
that you're going to have to pay for.
I'm sorry,
But I'll share it over my Instagram if I like it.
I'm not.
Well, you know, Craig already has
I'm
a start
not.
on it. He already does the 1-star reviews.
Yeah. But,
He already does the 1-star reviews.
you know, I don't have a problem doing that. I really don't. If it's something that I like, then don't be inundating
We're gonna
me.
do the P.H.A.G review.
Right.
It's not gonna be free
No.
because the P.H.A.Gs have a lot of influence.
Listen, we got 12 and 13,000 people watching us live. Everybody's watching the fact.
Do you have what it takes to be a fag? Oh, honey, you know you do. We all do.